Welcome to Emotionally Baked, where emotions and baking are the two most perfect ingredients. Hello friends, and welcome back to Emotionally Baked, where baking and emotions are the two most perfect ingredients. Welcome! It is our next episode, and I'm super happy you're here. I'm Heather, your emotional baker, and today we are talking turning older, the feelings of turning older, and toffee coffee cake. Let's get baking. It is a recipe that I did see somewhere in a magazine, and then I kind of don't even know where it went and who it initially was for or where to find it. But then I altered it a little bit over the years just to kind of play around with it in the recipes when I didn't eat eggs. So you can do this, and I have tried it with and without eggs. But it's a simple recipe. I will put the recipe in the description, but let me just show you the quick ingredients. So we just got a regular box mix of German chocolate cake. This is for the basic cake. We got 1 1/4 cups of water. We have 1/3 cup of oil, 2 eggs, and those are for my chickens, or you can use a 1/2 cup of applesauce instead of the 2 eggs. You can do that. It does work with this recipe. And then 1/4 cup of instant coffee. So this is the coffee that would dissolve in hot water, not your regular ground beef. This is instant coffee. That is your basic cake mix, and you're just going to bake that for like 30, I usually test it, but like 30 minutes at 350. I will test it to see if it's done. And then the top, the icing on the top, is super simple too. Don't worry, we're gonna go through this as we're chatting, but just wanted to get it all there, that the top is a homemade heavy whipping cream topping. It is chef's kiss to die for. It is heavy whipping cream. I eyeball the instant coffee in it. Yes, you do put instant coffee in it. The coffee is just how much I want the flavor. So sometimes I put a full 1/4 cup, sometimes I do less, just depends. Once you whip that up, it goes on top, and you sprinkle the top heavy with toffee bits. So I have toffee bits and chocolate chips. It's a toffee coffee chocolate cake. And I'm making this because it was my birthday. I'm making it for my family for dinner. It's one of my favorite cakes, hence why I decided to talk about turning older. And I do feel like I didn't quite know. Yes, I like the alliteration, the turning, aging, turning older, toffee. I liked the alliteration, which is why and that's my favorite, one of my favorite cakes. So that's kind of how this all happened. So here we are. And as we get mixing, I like my favorite mixing bowl, which I'll have to get my green mixing bowl to mix this all up. But we have to talk about the turning, aging. So I really didn't know how to describe that feeling, because I think there is a feeling when you turn older, that next year, the aging as we go on. There is a feeling with it, and I could not put a finger on exactly the word to describe the feeling of aging, and in like a simple word, in a simplified word. So that's why I was calling it turning older. And I was having a lot of feels this week, and I really wanted to talk about it. So let's do it. This week I'm drinking a protein shake in my mug. No coffee today. I had coffee this morning, so no coffee. Got some coffee or tea. Got some protein shake, which I needed. So I got my favorite bowl. I'm going to start mixing up. I'm just going to put those ingredients that I said into into my bowl and mix it. I'm just going to mix it with a whisk. I'm pretty confident with the box mixes, that I don't have to sift it. So we're good. So turning older, I love birthdays. I love celebrating other people's birthdays. I love that time of, when it comes to be someone in the family or a friend. I love celebrating. It's super fun. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but when it's mine, I get a weird feeling. And I don't know if it's because of there's certain personality traits that I have, or if it's, I can't describe it, or if it's just, there's a part of my personality that I like to help others, and I like to give, and I like to do that part of it. But when receiving is really hard for me, receiving compliments, receiving congratulations, receiving accolades, receiving the wishes is hard on my part. I love giving, but receiving is super challenging sometimes. And I'm a twin, so I share my birthday with my brother, my twin brother, and I find it difficult sometimes because growing up, I will say, I had to always, and I think it was okay because, and I think that's kind of where sharing that birthday with somebody else and sharing a birthday with a sibling, when you're younger, when I was younger, I didn't think much of it. Like, I always shared my birthday. I always shared my birthday with someone, and it was never just me. It was never just mine. It was, a shared experience. And as I have gotten older, my brother and I did share, he still lives near me, so we did go out for our birthday, and we did see each other and celebrate and all the things. But I did have like a separate something for myself, and it was just a little different doing something for myself on my birthday, when I'm quite used to celebrating together with someone. And so I did. So what I did is I had a book birthday party with my girlfriends. That's one thing about me. I love to read. So I had a book birthday where me and my friends got together and we did a book swap, and it was a little brunch, and it was super fun. And we all got a book. We all got a book to take home. It was great. It was such fun. And then the week kind of started going on, and when it was my actual birthday, and so sharing birthday aside, I think when I think I pinpointed onto it's hard to take it's hard for me. This is not everybody. It's hard for me to take, that's the coffee, y'all, and it will dissolve. So if you're not watching, if you're just listening, I just put the cake mix in my bowl with the coffee grounds. And remember, this is instant coffee, so once I put the water in here and the oil, it'll dissolve within the cake. And actually, the coffee, a quarter of a cup is really not going to change the chocolate taste tons. You can slightly taste the coffee. It's just going to enhance it, I believe. It's not going to you're not going to be overpowered by a coffee flavor. I have not tried. I think one time I did put a little too much coffee and you could really taste it, but I think that was a lot more. I just eyeballed it. I took my instant coffee and I just poured, and then whoops, and yeah, you could really taste it. But just doing what my actual recipe says, has a quarter of a cup, I don't believe it's not going to be an overpowering. So if you're not oh, I don't know if I want to have something with coffee in it, I don't feel like it's going to be overpowering if you just do it to a quarter of a cup. I think it's fine. I think it should be fine. So I'm starting to mix it up, and I did pour the water in and the oil. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that the batter is very light in terms of color. And that's because of the German chocolate cake. Now, if in a pinch, I have used a chocolate cake mix before. The German chocolate is best because it is light. It is a lighter chocolate cake. And so that's why I feel like this works better for this recipe. So, where were we? Talking about turning older and turning, older and wiser. I don't know if I'm any wiser. That's yet to be seen. No one's here to laugh with me. I'm gonna crack my eggs. Thank you, chickens. And I will say this week had so many emotions. Like, I was so excited when I was with my girlfriends and family, and we were just having a good time and, sharing about the books that we liked and all that kind of stuff. That was really exciting. And that was really fun. And then when it got closer to my birthday and then the day of, it's not that I didn't have a good time. I did. And my family was very sweet and very nice. My husband got me this little necklace here. I'm a mermaid at heart. Love it. And it, and I felt very, loved and spoiled. You got me flowers. Those are the flowers there. And my daughter, she's in her 20s, and she's old enough and has a job and responsible and she bought me gifts on her own, which is so different. I don't know if that's such a turn of events. I feel so privileged now to have my kids in that stage of life. It was so sweet that they were just thoughtful on their own, and it's so nice, so sweet. But I did stay up and on my birthday, had some chats with my husband. We have our best chats in the evening, right as we're probably not should be chatting. We probably should be going to bed. And then we end up chatting. We end up staying up for sometimes hours, just chatting about our days and about what we're feeling and all the things. And I realized that I was feeling a lot of different emotions about my birthday. And not necessarily the number, 44. I have always been okay with sharing my year birthday. I'm 44. It's totally fine. I had these just all of it. It felt like I had the happy. It was happy because people were being so great and so nice, on social media and all the things and just saying, all the wishes that were great. It was beautiful. And that was just a lovely part of the day. And then I was oddly sad. And I don't know why. It was sadness for the feeling of the day being over, because it was in the evening we were chatting. So it's okay, that was, all the celebration. And then it was feelings of, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but do we ever feel guilty on our birthday? Oh, I feel so bad. People didn't have to do that. They didn't have to get me this, or they didn't have to, take out their time, or they didn't have to, whatever it is. And I was feeling those things too. And then feeling the other feelings, the whole range of, the happy, the sad, the guilt, and then maybe I should just be honest and say the jealousy of it. Oh, I wish that this would have happened, or I'm not sure if that would be considered jealousy. But the yearning part of it, oh, I wish that this would have been said, or this would have been done, or this would have been given, or this, and then you feel selfish. And then that whole feeling of, now I feel selfish for feeling those ways, and I shouldn't feel that way, because I need to just be grateful for another year, grateful for another, opportunity to be with my family and all the things. I don't know if I'm the only one, but those emotions all came up in the one day of my birthday. And it was just spread out through the entire day. It was just one thing. One thing made me feel one way, and then another thing made me feel another way. And I can't explain it other than it was the fact that it was that day. Okay, so I sprayed my 9x13 pan, and I'm going to put this in. Bake at 350 for 30 minutes. It's that simple. So the top of the cake is what's perfection, which makes it like so impressive. I used the whole 1 pint of heavy whipping cream to make the top, so it's so good. So yeah, so celebration, yes, is still continuing. I am having another family thing this evening, and it is fun. It is fun to celebrate, but it's also, I'm the type of person when the attention's on me, I do get a little introverted, and then I get embarrassed, and I get a little questioning whether I deserve the attention, whether I deserve all eyes on me. And it's so funny because as a teacher, as I once was a teacher, you know, you expect the attention of your students and like that you need their attention, and it's so different. That's a different attention. It's a different focus. They're looking to you because you're teaching them something. And when it's attention because of just you and your birth, it's, well, with that all being said about how I'm feeling about birthdays, I also feel like I hope I never, because I'm totally fine, like I said, with saying my age. I hope I never, and I know this sounds weird, but I hope I never feel my age, if that makes sense. There have often been times where I think to myself, I still feel like I'm 17, 18. Like I remember how feeling, or early 20s, like I remember having those feelings. And then I feel like the sentiment that age is just a number is so true. Like just be you and it will be amazing. Okay, so now we're gonna put our whipping cream and our instant coffee in the stand mixer, and I do recommend doing this because it will help the process. So I'm going to put that in. Now I'm thinking I'm just gonna put 1/8 in there. I don't want it to be too coffee. It just depends on what you like. So this is going to whip until it becomes whipping, like a nice topping. So this is going to take a while. I'm not going to make you listen to that. So this will take about 5 to 7 minutes, I think it usually does. So we're going to whip that up. Okay, so this is kind of what you want. See that? It's like a really good cream. Now don't do it too long because then you'll get butter. Well, I don't know if that's true. Is that true? I don't know. Anyway, so my cake is still a little warm, and I don't want to put this on it when it's warm because it will deflate and melt, and I have done it before. It's okay. It doesn't ruin the flavor at all. It just makes the cake really soggy. So I'm probably going to stick this in the refrigerator and keep it cool, or to cool it up so that it's fine for putting on the cake later, so it doesn't lose its texture and its form. And then we'll ice it and make it look all pretty in a minute. So where were we? We were talking about the feelings that you get when, feeling that you are, see, this is where my brain goes. It goes all over the place. The feelings that you remember how you felt at a younger age, and then getting older is really just a number. It's really hard to verbalize what you are feeling. And this is exactly one of those moments where I'm feeling it's very hard to verbalize what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that there are often times when I still remember how young I feel or how I felt when I was a certain age, and I don't feel like that's gone away, and I feel like I can look back or I can think to myself, I feel that age still. Like I feel in my mind, I feel like I just remember all those experiences and they were just wonderful, and I don't feel old enough at times when I see that I have a college student, a high school student. I do feel like I have a 9-year-old, which I do. But seeing that I have a college student, that's hard for me sometimes too. I don't feel like I remember being her age. I was my daughter's age when I got married. That blows my mind sometimes. And I don't feel that I am 44. And I think it's good to keep your brain active and yourself active so that you continue to feel younger than you are. Just in terms of the number, I feel younger than 44. But yeah, and I just hope, people say 50s is the new 40, 40s are the new 30s, all the things. It is what it is. I am just happy to still be celebrating another year. And come with it the emotions that it comes with, and so be it. So here we are. Whether I'm experiencing happiness for just the new year itself, or if I'm experiencing guilt and over receiving gifts or receiving the wishes, or if I'm feeling selfish because maybe I wanted something else, or I think it's okay to feel all those things because, well, it comes with the territory of getting older. Or, I mean, think back to it. Like when you were younger, and because I can see it in my kids, like my little loves his birthday, and it's like you do want it to be all about you. I mean, he's going to be turning, I said a 9-year-old. He will be 9. He will be turning 9 this year. And he cannot wait. And he's just, when is my birthday? Of course, like after Christmas. When is the next time I get presents? When's my birthday? Da-da-da-da-da. All the excitement for the birthday. And, if we just think back to that, like, okay, like, it's okay to be excited. It's okay to be, wanting to receive the things on your birthday. And it's okay to be a little selfish. Okay, we're going to spread all this lovely goodness on top of this cake. If I can do this. It makes a lot. It will do like almost a half an inch or an inch topping on a 9 by 13 cake. I think that's pretty good. Maybe half an inch. But it fills up the pan all the way to the top. So good. I'll show you. I'll turn around and show you. But if you can't see this, I'll make sure to post a picture or you'll see it on my website. I do a website as well, emotionallybaked.com. So I do already have all of it on top covered, and I still have a lot more. It might not look like a lot more, but you gotta scrape it all out. Is that good? Okay, let me get it all out. And then I'll show you how fun it is when we put the topping on. So it is like, it does look like Cool Whip, but it's a beautiful coffee Cool Whip. Should I? Okay. We got that. So we have our topping. So I will use the entire bag of toffee chips on top. Okay, here we go. It's going to go all over the top. I know, it looks like a lot, and it is. But I love it so much. It's so good. And it's my birthday cake, so yay. Look at that. It looks so good. Okay, now I'm going to put some chocolate chips. Okay, friends, that's it. There's the cake. The Toffee Coffee Chocolate cake. And my birthday cake this year. So, I hope that when you are turning another year this year, just remember that, stay young at heart. Age is just a number, and we have all the emotions on our birthdays, and it's okay. And make sure to have the people around you to help celebrate you and to be there with you as you're feeling all the things. All right, so remember, whether the salt in our recipes comes from tears or a teaspoon, just remember, we baked it out. Bye.